Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to High Top Sports Network's presentation of WPIAL Class 5A Varsity Softball section matchup today between the Gateway Gators and the Armstrong Riverhawks. My name is Josh Rettengoss. Thanks for tuning in on this Steffi's Country Catering game day. Check out Steffi's Country Catering online. Find them on Facebook at Terry Steffi. You can place your orders there. Make sure to book your graduation party or next event. Spring is here. Spring is sprung, as they say. And we know that means graduation parties, family reunions, weddings, all kinds of fun outdoor family events. And Steffi's Country Catering can certainly slick you up with some great home-cooked food. Well, the first time these two teams met, it was a quick one. Well, not necessarily quick in terms of time, but quick in terms of innings played. The Riverhawks outscoring the Gators 26-0 the first time these two teams met at Gateway. Riverhawks have a chance to clinch a share, at least a share, of the Section 2 title today with a win. Teams are getting their warm-ups in, final warm-ups here on this Nicola Ann Photography pregame. Nicola Ann Photography, one of the finest photographers in the Pittsburgh region, as voted on, or as selected by the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. And she does all kinds of awesome team sports photographs, but of course, senior class pictures, newborns, wedding photos, you name it. Nicola Ann Photography. You can find her on Facebook and online. Just search Nicola Ann, Nikkala, Anne, Photography. She is today's pregame sponsor and our pregame sponsor for Armstrong softball coverage here on High Top Sports Network. So Madison Baker toes the water for the Riverhawks to start today. A little wind up here. I'm going to try to cup the mic a little bit. If you're a Riverhawks fan or a frequent viewer of High Top Sports Network, you know it's going to be windy no matter what up here. And that pitch fought off, foul, and out of play. We'll get the leadoff hitter for Gateway here for you in just 1 second. Once the old game changer goes live. Armstrong undefeated in section play and winners of 12 straight games. Baker tries to come back inside. That was a good pitch, but ball just a little bit high. So we'll get the game stream up here. It's just buffering really quickly while everything gets updated. So a 2-2 count now. And this is D'Agostino for the Gators. D'Agostino will be leading off today for Gateway. And that one popped toward the right side and down, out of play. So a good at bat so far by D'Agostino, giving Baker a battle here. We're going to go back and go over that first game with Gateway once we get a chance here. And swing and a miss. D'Agostino down on strikes. Baker with her first strikeout of the game. So Baker's first pitch here to the second Gateway hitter is a ball outside, it looked like. This is Marsh at the plate for the Gators. And that one fouled away. So quickly, well, I guess that first pitch was a ball, so the count now even at 1-1. And in there for a strike. Baker working quickly now, ahead in the count, 1-2 on Marsh. Second batter of the game. D'Agostino went down on strikes to start it. And strike three, a backwards K. That is a Sprankles Neighborhood Market backwards K. Sprankles also our official scoreboard sponsor for our coverage of Armstrong Riverhawks softball this season. I'm working on that right now. I had to run over to the Armstrong press box over there on the football field, or at the football field, to grab a camera very quickly right before the game, because I think I grabbed the wrong cable for the camera that I had, so it wasn't being recognized. But luckily, we did a baseball game up here yesterday, so I had some equipment over in the press box. Got my steps in, sprinted over, and grabbed that field camera. To get us the two views on your screen there. Right now is Clemens at the plate. Swing and a miss, just waving at that outside fastball. So 2 strikeouts for Madison Baker to start this one. And checking her swing. Did she go? She did not, according to the first base umpire. So Clemens able to hold off right there. Did not offer at that pitch by Baker. The 2-2 hit towards third. Picked up there by Egley. Throw across. Oh, they got her just by a step. Smith at first base. Not your regular Riverhawks lineup in there today. Starters basically getting a day off here against Gateway. And we're going to have a completely different batting order, of course, than you're used to, with the majority of the starters not playing here today against the Gators. I saw them out there warming up, though, so I'm sure they'll be ready if they need to come in. Nothing. As the Riverhawks are going to come to the plate here for their first trip. And the batting order for the Riverhawks looks like this. Jordan Klingensmith, the second baseman, she will be leading off. Madison Baker pitching and hitting second. And then in the number 3 spot, we've got Przanica behind the plate. She will be catching Madison Baker today. That's Isabel Przanica. So those are your first 3 hitters. It'll be Klingensmith, Baker, and Przanica. And Abby Bauer, excuse me, I had Przanica catching. I had that mixed up, sorry. Abby Bauer actually behind the plate today. She'll be hitting cleanup. And then Ziegler, Egley, Smith, and Poor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that's only 8 hitters. I'm not sure why the lineup that I have right here has 8 hitters on it. That's a new development. Haven't seen that one before. I'm sure we'll get it remedied here. Just don't want to announce anybody that's either in the game or not in the game. And leading off is Jordan Klingensmith, the second baseman for Armstrong. The wind picking up just a little bit right here, blowing from left to right. And the first pitch is off the plate for a ball. And Marsh will be on the mound. Klingensmith squirts it through the right side, just past the glove of second baseman Roble. So leadoff single for Armstrong as Klingensmith is aboard. So that will bring Madison Baker to the plate. She is facing Marsh. That pitch for a ball and an easy stolen base right there for Klingensmith. And that will be your Phoenix Physical Therapy Katanning stolen base. Visit them online, phoenixphysicaltherapy.com. Another ball there from Marsh. So looking like a 3-0 count to Baker here. Damon Fermani in the Katanning office for Phoenix Physical Therapy, and all the fine folks up there. They'll get you back on your feet in no time. You can book your appointment online, recover, recharge, and rise to new heights after an injury with Phoenix Physical Therapy. 3-0 count now to Baker, and that's ball 4. So Baker will walk. Klingensmith down there at second. She had a leadoff single and then a stolen base. So Isabel Prezenica up at the plate right now. And Marsh having a little trouble here to start, finding the strike zone. Gets that one in there. Hard hit to short, knocked down, and they will get the lead runner. That's Baker running for herself. D'Agostino, the shortstop, knocked it down, tossed it over to Roble for the fielder's choice. Riverhawks have runners at the corners. As Prezenica hits into that fielder's choice, score it 6-4 on the putout at second base. And I believe this is Abby Bauer as Prezenica takes second base. Don't know if we can give a Phoenix Physical Therapy stolen base out on that one. It kind of looked like defensive indifference, no throw, no attempt. But we'll do it anyway because we love the fine folks at Phoenix Physical Therapy. That ball smoked towards head coach Keith Schaefer and the third base coaching box. Foul there. So one away, Riverhawks with 2 in scoring position here for Abby Bauer behind the plate today. Bauer takes that ball up high for Marsh. Game changer, a little confused right now. It has the bases loaded for the Riverhawks, obviously. That is not the case. Runners at second and third for Armstrong. Prezenica at second, and that ball sawed off. D'Agostino could have thrown there to third base to get the force out, but instead she elects to try to go to first and throws it away. Boy, she had Prezenica dead. All she had to do was toss it to McGill at third for an out, but instead tried to go across the diamond to get Bauer at first and tossed it away. So that error allows 2 runs to come in for the Riverhawks. That's a pass ball right there, and Bauer will move up. So 2-0 Armstrong here on the gateway error. It was actually a pretty good pitch by Marsh there to get Bauer, jammed, and it was a weak ground ball. D'Agostino could have easily just tossed over to McGill at third, but that's something that happens. It's a learning experience out there. Sometimes you don't make the right play, and that's this game. It's a game of learning from mistakes. Truly, baseball and softball, more than I think really any other sport, is a game of failure, and it's all about limiting those failures on the field and in the batter's box, which make you successful. So now Ziegler at the plate. We got a courtesy runner in here, I believe, for Bauer. So I want to check and see who that is for the Riverhawks. Because normally, I mean, I know the starters like the back of my hand, but today the unbeaten Riverhawks in the section are letting some of the younger players get some playing experience. That ball hit deep. Oh, and just off the glove. Good try there in left field, ranging all the way back on that long hit by Ziegler, but just off the tip of the glove of Gateway's left fielder Griffith. So that allows the run to score from third base, make it 3-0. And now Ziegler at second. Tough break there for Griffith. She had a good bead on the ball. And that ball ripped into the gap. That is going to score Ziegler. Egley, she is hustling into second base. A stand-up double for Taylor Egley. And that makes it 4-0 Armstrong here. Still just one out in the Riverhawks half of the first. So an RBI double there for Egley to make it 4-0. Pitch from Marsh upstairs to Marley Smith. Getting in at bat here. And the pitch from Marsh is low for a ball. So I believe that's going to make it 3-0. Egley at second. 3-0 count to Marley Smith. And Marsh will miss upstairs, so a walk there to Egley gives the Riverhawks runners on first and second. Still just one out here in the Armstrong top of the first. Thanks to Steffi's Country Catering, our official broadcast partner this afternoon. And of course, thanks to Sprankles Neighborhood Market, 151 North McCain Street, downtown Katanning. You know what day it is. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. Of course you know what it means. It means Sushi Madness. Hope everyone got a chance to stop in today, get those $5 hand rolls. I always go for the spicy tuna. Get a spicy salmon every now and again, throw a California roll in there. But they're great. They're not those small rolls you get there in maybe some other places that serve sushi. These are 9-piece thick chunky rolls. That's the way High Top likes them. Sushi rolls, that is. That ball bounces off the front of the plate. Both runners will advance. That ball upstairs, missing by Marsh. Armstrong's up 4-0. Just started, first inning. I like to give the updates to the people as well as you folks out there watching at home or wherever you may be, on the road, on the phone, at work, who knows. So bases loaded now for Armstrong, a chance to really break it open. That was Poor that took the walk right there. So Egley at third, Smith at second, and Poor down at first base. Marsh in trouble here. And I want to see what batter they have up. Because we only had 8 hitters listed on the Riverhawks starting lineup that I got here. So still waiting for the game changer to update. Chopper out in front. They're going to get the force out at home plate. So Marsh, good play coming out of the circle to field her position and just toss it home to get the force out. So Egley cut down at the plate. And yes, indeed, that fielder's choice. We got the updated ninth hitter for the Riverhawks. And it was Morgan Neal Shuey in the 9 spot. And that one hit out into center field and misplayed. So throw in. Klingensmith's going to have a base hit and an RBI, and I believe an error in center field right there. That'll make it 5-0 Armstrong. So tough sledding for the Gators here in the first. Baker at the plate right now with 2 down and 2 runners in scoring position. Chance to help herself. Base hit would probably score 2 right here. So Baker waiting for a strike. Don't believe she got one first time to the plate. I think it was a walk for Madison Baker. Indeed it was. So Baker, I'm sure, anxious to swing the bat, and Marsh misses again. That ball gets to the screen, but holding at third base right there was Marley Smith, Neal Shuey, not taking a chance with 2 down. 6-0 Riverhawks. And Marsh puts one in there for a strike to Baker. That makes it 3-1. And Baker will walk for the second time this inning, and the Riverhawks have the bases loaded again. So Armstrong able to put 6 on the board here in the first inning, and a chance to do even more damage here. Presenica up. She is 0 for 1 today. Had that RBI fielder's choice her first time up. Excuse me, just a regular fielder's choice. Not an RBI for Presenica, but she did come around and score a run. So a late start to this one this afternoon. Got her underway at 5:30. Presenica down the line and foul. And that ball retrieved and tossed back in. So you can see on your screen here the crowd letting out from the junior high baseball game behind us. Marsh misses there. That'll make it 2-1. Count to the Riverhawks center fielder. And Presenica waits on it, pops it. Shallow right field, going back, trying to catch it, and off the glove. It drops, so a couple more runs in for the Riverhawks. High pop up there, and it was drifting back towards shallow right field. Roble had a tough time with it, so it drops in. A couple more runs across the plate for Armstrong. That'll make it 8-0. Riverhawks on top here. That one ripped and foul by Abby Bauer. Bauer and Klingensmith really, and Madison Baker as well, really the 3 Riverhawks here who get regular playing time, on a regular basis. And again, down the line, that one's fair. So an RBI single there for Abby Bauer. That makes it 9-0 Armstrong here. Bottom of the first. In the top of the first. Madison Baker mowing right through the gateway, top of the order. So that will give Armstrong runners out at first and second. Isabel Presenica at second base. And Abby Bauer after that RBI single down at first. At the plate is Ziegler. She walked her first time up. Pitch by Marsh. Ziegler waits on it and smacks it, excuse me, toward the left center field gap. So an RBI double there with 2 down for Ziegler. And that'll be the 10th run on the board as Natalie Ziegler puts one into the left center field gap. 10-0 Armstrong. And a chance to do a little bit more damage here. As Taylor Egley, who is 1 for 1 with an RBI double and a run scored, is getting her second at bat of the first inning. So Egley waits, and Marsh gets it in there for a strike. Count is 2-1. Egley takes that pitch high from Marsh. Egley, pitch inside. She fouls it down the third base line, so a full count. Taylor Egley awaiting the full count delivery, and that'll be ball 4 as Marsh misses low. So bases are loaded once again here in the first. And Marley Smith walked her first time up. I'm not sure what's going on here in the Riverhawks dugout. Oh, we're going to get a courtesy runner. We're going to bring a courtesy runner in for Bauer, even though she's been on third for a minute. Not sure who came in to replace her. I think it's number 28. And that pitch by Marsh is a strike. Well, I could be wrong. It might be a 23. Well, it kind of looks like 26, but that's Baker's number. Because that ball is upstairs. Not really sure, but we've got a courtesy runner in there. And another ball. So as mentioned, with a victory today, the Riverhawks would clinch a share of the section title, at least a share. Of course, they are undefeated in section play and section champs last year. And a bases loaded walk to Marley Smith, so she'll get an RBI there. So 11-0 here. Riverhawks continuing to pour it on. A little conversation right there between Marsh and her catcher. And just trying to get out of this inning. Had 2 outs for a while here, but just unable to end the inning. As Poor is at the plate. She swings and misses. Looked like the speed and location kind of fooled Poor right there. Inside pitch. Poor. And she'll take another strike as Marsh drops one in. So Poor going to have to swing the bat here. And she does. Ground ball to third and stepped on for the force out there. McGill getting the final out, but not before Armstrong puts 11 runs on the board. in the bottom half of the first inning. You're watching High Top Sports Network. Josh Rettengost here with you today. We're going to take a quick break. Thank one of our great sponsors, Armstrong Indoor Athletics. Of course, our broadcast booth sponsor here for Armstrong baseball and softball coverage in the 2023 season. We'll be right back.
Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located at 132 South Grand Street Avenue in downtown Katanning, offers a state-of-the-art training facility and top-tier instruction by experienced coaches to help turn your youngster into the best baseball or softball player they can be. Batting cage and bullpen lane rentals are available for 30 to 60-minute sessions, and you can also sign your baseball or softball player up for private hitting, pitching, fielding, and catching instruction with our knowledgeable staff. Be sure to visit Armstrong Indoor Athletics online at aia.team or call them at 724-599-9761 for more information today.
Welcome back to High Top Sports Network. Today's presentation of WPIAL Class 5A Section 2 Varsity Softball, brought to you by Steffi's Country Catering. Make sure you search Terry Steffi on Facebook. And not just graduation parties, weddings, any big events, you can check Steffi's Country Catering for those Sunday takeout specials. A lot of good stuff on the docket on a weekly basis. Just got some baby back ribs a couple weeks ago. They were phenomenal, and there was so much. And I didn't tell Terry this, but I'm sure he's out there watching. There was so much leftover. There were so many leftover ribs. And what I did was I shredded it all and then added a little bit more sauce to it and made pulled pork with it. And it was just perfect. I mean, kind of surprised myself. So the point being, when you're getting those Sunday takeout specials, you're going to have leftovers. Terry generously says that it serves 5, but it probably serve about 8. And what I was going to do here as Baker tries to put together another quick inning here in the second, mowed the Gators down in the first with 3 strikeouts. And right now she is working to Griffith. 1-1 count, swing and a miss. Excuse me, that was a 1-2 count. So a swing and a miss right there, and Baker again with another K. Already. Well, they got that as her third. I thought we had all strikeouts in the first, but we did not. Clemens did not strike out, so apologies there. Ground ball past Baker, picked up, thrown across, 4 and out. Nice play at shortstop. Used to seeing Emma Paul make those plays, but Ziegler picked up that grounder, whipped it across the field over there to Marley Smith. Nice strong throw by Ziegler to get out number 2. So this will bring up the second baseman, Roble. Turn away from the wind there if I can. Roble, foul ball there. Or excuse me, this is McGill. That was Roble. That just grounded out. Apologies. McGill, the third baseman. No, that's wrong. That's definitely not McGill at the plate. I'm almost 100% sure that's not her, but that's what it says. So we're gonna go with it. So 1-1 count here. Baker fires that one right on the corner. Delayed call there by the home plate umpire, but it is a strike. So they're going to say it is McGill there at third and swing and a miss. So Baker, 4 strikeouts through 2 innings. She has made quick work of the Gators so far. Thanks some other fantastic sponsors here. Of course, I just mentioned Armstrong Indoor Athletics, our broadcast booth sponsor. And I want to tell you about the 4th annual baseball championship camp, the Champ Camp, going to be taking place here from June 12th through the 16th at the Armstrong Junior Senior High School Baseball and Softball Complex. And just a fantastic week of instruction, scrimmages, games, practices, giveaways, all kinds of cool stuff. Just fantastic instruction. And one thing about the instructors and coaches that are affiliated with Armstrong Indoor Athletics, they make it fun. You know, sometimes it's, I can speak to this as being a father of a son and daughter who both play baseball and softball. Sometimes it's hard to keep those youngsters' attention for an extended period of time. I'm sure the folks out there who are parents can sympathize with that statement, or empathize, I guess would be correct. But this is a really, um, it's just there's no downtime and it's fun. The way that it's mixed up between, you know, fundamental drills and practices, and just kind of fun breaks with the scrimmages and the giveaways and the contests on the field. It's really a cool time for these young baseball players. As I mentioned, June 12th through the 16th. You can register online, aia.team. You can also find out more information about all that Armstrong Indoor Athletics has to offer. They added that amazing indoor diamond. Just really, really, you're not going to find anything like that in the area, the region. I mean, you're going to have to make a trip to Pittsburgh to find anything comparable. And that's what makes AIA so special. A lot of teams from around the area, they come up and practice and get their instruction right here in Katanning at AIA. Thanks also to Serena Pizza and Berg Bar. They are our Mound Visit sponsor today. We haven't had any of those. But remember to go up Franklin Village Plaza and check out Serena Pizza and Berg Bar. And that ball smoked right at Giordano, and it's off of her glove. I said Giordano. It's actually D'Agostino. Apologies about that. Don't know why Giordano came to my mind. I just got a really nice email from a viewer out there in the abyss. Not the abyss, I guess, out there in the public. And I just got hit by a tennis ball. Hey, good arm. Got a little man over there. He's looks like he's playing catch with a tennis ball. Fired it right down here and short hopped me. So got to keep strengthening up that arm. Got a cannon. Future pitcher maybe. And easily taking second base right there for the Riverhawks was Neil Shuey on the wild pitch. So Klingensmith up for her third at bat. 1 for 2 this afternoon. 2-2 count. Marsh working against the Riverhawks leadoff batter. That ball upstairs, so now we have a full count. To Jordan Klingensmith. And that pitch off the plate, so that is walk, I believe it's walk number 9. For Marsh, no, walk number 8 for Marsh in this one. So a tough go of things here for the Gateway pitcher. And Baker up now with 2 teammates aboard and nobody out. But I got a nice email from one of our viewers out there. I was just kind of reading it over as Baker reaches out and sends it towards right, and it gets over the head of the right fielder. So a round to score with the first run of this inning, and making it 12-0 on the RBI single by Baker. That was Neil Shuey coming home from second base. That one got over the head of Allen, and Klingensmith and Baker both held up. And that ball hit out into right field, or excuse me, left field. And the bases are now loaded. Now it's Prezenica with her first hit of the afternoon. Bases loaded now. 12-0 is the score. Abby Bauer at the plate. Chance to do some real damage here. Bauer 1 for 2 so far in this one. And Marsh gets a strike right there. Right at the letters. Good pitch by Marsh. And the 1-1 ripped. Base hit. Another run-scoring hit by Abby Bauer. That'll make it 13-0. So Bauer is now 2 for 3 with 3 RBI in this game. And Bauer's base hit, scoring Klingensmith from third. Base is still loaded for the Riverhawks. Ziegler at the plate. Ziegler, she's going to have a base hit up the middle. And another run in as Baker crosses the plate. 14-0 Armstrong. Bottom of the second. So Ziegler now 2 for 2. And Taylor Egley looking for her second hit of the ball game. Pitch by Marsh. Skips in for a ball. Make the count 2-0. And a ball high right there to Egley. Marsh behind in the count 3-0. 8 walks on the afternoon for Marsh. And make it 9, a bases loaded walk. Will bring in another run for the Riverhawks. Make it 15-0. Armstrong on top of Gateway here. Marley Smith to the plate. And Smith has walked twice, but oh, just missing right there. Probably landed maybe a foot and a half, maybe less, on the foul side of third base. So another chance with those bases continuously loaded. Continuously loaded, I guess, for Armstrong. And that ball ripped out to center field, and it's going to get down and all the way to the fence. And the Riverhawks just hold up. Only going one station at a time, as that ball was hit hard. It bounced past the Gateway center fielder to the fence to make it 16-0, but Riverhawks showing some courtesy right here and not trying to completely overwhelm the Gators on the scoreboard, even though they certainly have. 16-0. Right now, Poor is at the plate. Smith at first, Egley at second, and Ziegler at third. And a ground ball. That's D'Agostino, and she boots it. Kind of let that one play her a little bit. So the error leads to another run as Ziegler comes home to score. The 1-0 pitch there to Neil Shuey is in for a strike. 17-0 Armstrong here in the bottom of the second. Neil Shuey base knock up the middle. That'll put one more across as Egley trots home. Still no one out here in the Riverhawks half of the second inning. Coach Schaefer going to come up, maybe get another pinch hitter in here, and Klingensmith will be out. So Coach Schaefer getting everyone involved today. Riverhawks came into this game 12-1, winners of 12 straight games. And the majority of them have not been close, but had a couple of pretty good ones in there 2 Fridays ago. 4-3 over Franklin Regional. That was a good one. And on the 14th, also, that's the one I was talking about. Apologies. But Armstrong has been able to dominate Penn Trafford in 2 matchups this year. That's who the Riverhawks faced for last season's WPIAL championship. And surely most folks out there know that Armstrong took home the gold thanks to Jenna Klontz' walk-off home run in the bottom of the 7th. So we do have a mound visit. I want to say Marsh is still in the game. It looks like she is. We got a pinch hitter for Armstrong, but we did have a Serena Pizza and Berg Bar mound visit. Oh, and that ball smoked down the left field line. It is going to be foul, just foul. It's going to be Baker at the plate. Bases loaded, 18-0. Excuse me, this is Brown. Apologies. So they're sending up Brown in place of Klingensmith. And that one missing. Upstairs for a ball. I'm going to stand up off my stool and stretch here a little bit. And that one gets past McGill. It's going to be fair. As the score is now 19-0 in favor of Armstrong. So Brown, don't know if they're going to charge McGill with an error right there, but. And that one fouled down the left field line. Well, they have Baker listed as the hitter, but it's not her, and it's Rachel Ban getting in for her first at bat today. And ball missing high and outside by Marsh. And in there for a strike. As mentioned, this is Ban's first at bat. I believe I updated the score, but I didn't. So it's not 18, it's 19. Trust me. And Ban takes a good cut, ripping it foul, though, down the left field line, out of play. And Ban watches a ball drop there in front of the plate, so it's going to give us a full count. And ball forward Ban, so she walks. And that'll be the 20th run of the game for the Riverhawks. As mentioned, they were victorious 26-0 the first time these two teams met. The wind getting a little chillier. I might have to run down to my car and grab the old Columbia fleece. And we have another pinch hitter here for the Riverhawks. That one fouled over toward the Gateway dugout. I think this is Chikansky. Excuse me, let me find out. That one inside by Marsh. It is. Khalees Chikansky up. She skies one on the infield. Oh, and it drops what they get. The infield fly rule. So a break there for the Gators as they finally record the first out of the inning with the infield fly rule. So Marsh got Chikansky to pop up. That is the first out of the inning. Let's see what the Riverhawks do the rest of the way here in the second. That ball popped up. Oh, and it drops as D'Agostino, well, she'll go over to second and get the out, but Riverhawks get another run there as that one dropped. No infield fly rule called there. That ball smoked deep center field. Going to drop over the head of the center fielder. And as I mentioned before, the Riverhawks just playing station to station. Wind is a little bit on me. I think that was Ziegler. Hit that ball out to the fence. That is 21-0. So we have runners on first and second. Wait, nope, it's 22. Sorry about that. Tough for me to keep up with this. Tough for the coach in there that's doing Game Changer. Usually it's Coach Clance, but that ball ripped, base hit. And Armstrong, it gets all the way to the fence, but the Riverhawks just going to stop at third base to reload the bases. And now we're getting JV players in that only have numbers that aren't even on aren't even on the game changer. It makes it a little bit more difficult for me up here. So the Riverhawks certainly getting everyone involved this afternoon. And that ball skips in. Well, they have it listed as Marley Smith, but don't think that's her. That ball ripped one hopper off the right center field fence. And just one more run in, playing it calm are the Riverhawks. And a little dribbler in front, trying to get the force at home, but unable to. As Armstrong puts another one in, make it 24-0 in favor of Armstrong. And I apologize, folks. The girls that are hitting right now, they're just throwing up numbers on the game changer. "24-0, Armstrong in the lead. And that one ripped into right field, down the right field line. And one more comes in. And the runner will stop at third base. So everybody out there that was just on the bases with Segola at the plate, they only have numbers, no names. So make it 25-0 in favor of the Riverhawks. 26-0 winners over Gateway the first time around. And it's not often you see a team combine for 50-plus runs against an opponent in two section games during the season, but that is where we stand right now, 51 total. And Brown will walk. That was a nice gust of wind right down the old hoodie. Definitely running down to get my Columbia fleece jacket here between innings. That ball smoked as Ban picks up another RBI with a single past McGill at third. Oh boy, Jakanski will get an RBI single as Armstrong, as I mentioned, not taking extra bases here, up by a huge margin. We're going to get a mound visit. And that is the Serena Pizza and Burg Bar mound visit. First real mound visit we've had during this game. Excuse me. Well, the first visit between these two teams, 26-0, Armstrong victorious. See how that one kind of played out. Right now it's 28-0 Armstrong. see where we are at here. That game actually, let's see, only took 5 innings. So Marsh will stay in there for Gateway. Back to the action here momentarily. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong game. So many. 26-0 winners. We're the River Hawks back on April 12th. I want to say that's Taylor Egley. That pitch fouled away. Whoops, I accidentally hit the GPS on my game changer there. Don't need that. Definitely know where I'm at. And that pitch missing upstairs. Ground ball picked up by D'Agostino, tossed on to Roble for the fielder's choice. And that'll do it for the Riverhawks in the bottom of the second inning. Armstrong going to come up to bat here for the, well, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to say I don't think you can call a game after 2 innings, but Gateway didn't immediately go off. Well, no, they're going to. Well, they got the music jamming in the dugout. Always like that. And we're going to get a pitching change for Armstrong. Let's see who is in there. Well, I had some kind of button on my game changer here. I don't know what I did. It definitely looks way different. I do not want a spray chart here. I really just want to go back to the old game stream. Undo. Maybe that'll help. No. Well, looks like I'm possibly keeping score here. I don't want to do that. So the pitcher in. Still trying to find number 23 here for the Riverhawks. As I mentioned, their roster is got a lot of JV players in here getting some varsity innings. That ball popped up on the infield over and unable to grab it at first base. And it is Rachel Ban on the hill. So apologies to Rachel. I thought it was your number was 23 and find out it is. So we're in the third now. Get that adjusted for you. And a ground ball foul on the first base side. And Ban fires. Ground ball right back to Ban. On one hop, tosses it over to first base for the out. So Ban trying to work a quick third inning here. That's a strike. To Harris Hogan for the Gateway Gators. And here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Ban going upstairs with a nice riser to get Harris Hogan to chase, swing and a miss. Ban toes the rubber inside the circle. Fires and chop foul down the first base side. And Ban, that one low, skips in front of the plate for a ball to Harris Hogan. And Ban with two strikes to Harris Hogan, one down here in the top of the third. Strike. That is right in there for the Sprankles Neighborhood Market backwards K. Boy, the delayed call by the umpire. I thought, how is that not a strike? And it was. He just took his merry old time ringing up Harris Hogan. So that is out number 2. 28-0. Riverhawks on top. I have the score 30-0. That's incorrect. Sorry. I must have hit one of the multiple numbers there when I was adjusting the score, so apologies there, but it is 28-0. Armstrong here, 54 total runs in their 2 games against the Gators this season. And at the plate for Gateway is Beatty, as Ban tries to go 1-2-3 here in the third. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is another strikeout for Armstrong pitching, and that'll do it. As I said, and we got a message from the one and only Terry Steffi of Steffi's Country Catering, our official broadcast partner for today's game. He said, better get your sponsors thanked quick. This one probably going to be over shortly, and it was. It only took 2.5 innings. Only 2 trips to the plate for the Riverhawks. Didn't need a third. The rule in Pennsylvania is you got to be up by 15 after 3 to be able to trigger the mercy rule. Well, the Riverhawks had no trouble with that. Up by 28 after 2 trips to the plate, and one of your quicker games of the season. It took an hour and 11 minutes, and you might think that's a long time for only 2.5 innings. Really, the Riverhawks could have poured it on. They started going station to station there in about, well, basically from the beginning of their second at bat. They did not take the extra base on any hits. They weren't stealing, and did not play their regulars this afternoon. So a tough one for Gateway. You feel for that team over there. Obviously, these girls enjoy the game. It's just, the Riverhawks are light years ahead. And it's not just Gateway. They're light years ahead of a lot of teams in this state and have now clinched a share of their section title, at least a share, most likely on their way to steamroll to a second straight section title. But right now, officially clinched a share. They are back in the playoffs, third year in a row. 2 trips to the state championship game at Penn State the past 2 seasons. Looking to do it again and possibly this time come home with that elusive state gold medal. They have not been able to snag one these past 2 years. Right now, Riverhawks just looking like a juggernaut. That first game against Hempfield, a team which they beat last year here at Armstrong. They struggled in the field. They didn't score many runs, only 3 in that game, but have now won 13 straight. So, not much to complain about. You start your second string essentially today if you're the Riverhawks, and you end up with 28 runs on the board. It has been quite a roll for Armstrong here in this 2023 season. As I mentioned, winners of 13 straight games, now 13-1. Winning pitcher will be Madison Baker with 2 innings. I believe she pitched against Gateway the first time around. Check that out real quick. Indeed, Baker did pitch against Gateway, didn't give up a hit in 3 innings and struck out 8 in her first one. And we'll slide down here to the second start against the Gators for Baker. 2 innings, no hits, no runs, and 4 strikeouts. Ban with an inning pitched and 2 strikeouts for her. Well, time to select our Ryan Bowser State Farm Player of the Game here on the John F. Graff Agency postgame show. Thanks to both Ryan and John Graff. Great sponsors here. Ryan has been around since day one. We love Ryan. Love going down to the office and just shooting the breeze with him and talking sports. He's always been a great supporter of High Top Sports Network. And John Graff, of course, coming on board this year during hockey season, during some of our broadcasts for the Riverhawks hockey team. Mr. Graff, a kind sponsor during hockey, and now with us again in softball season. So thanks to both of those guys. Ryan, obviously located in Ford City. John Graff, downtown Katanning on Market Street. And we're going to pick our player of the game. Bowser State Farm Player of the Game. Cup that mic just to try and cut the wind off as I announce this. And it'll be Natalie Ziegler. Congratulations to the Riverhawks shortstop today. 3 for 3 with 3 runs scored, 3 knocked in, and a walk. Ziegler also had a double in this game and led the team with 4 total bases. So congratulations to our Ryan Mauser State Farm player of the game, Natalie Sigler. She will take home that superlative, accolade, whatever you want to call it, today in a 28-0 win over Gateway. Well, Jay Canish coming back up here to pick me up and help me take my equipment down over the hill, so I'm going to have to sign off here. Another victory for the Riverhawks here on High Top Sports Network. Thanks to all of our great sponsors today. Of course, Steffi's Country Catering, our official broadcast partner. Sprankle's Neighborhood Market, of course, our scoreboard sponsor today. Stop in and visit them. Downtown Katanning, hashtag Save On Meat. You got to pick up one of those new tie-dye Save On Meat t-shirts. Those are pretty cool. So thanks to Sprankles, of course, for being our scoreboard sponsor and our Backwards K sponsor. Thanks to Armstrong Indoor Athletics for being today's broadcast booth sponsor. Of course, Phoenix Physical Therapy in Katanning, our Stolen Base sponsor today. Serena Pizza and Berg Bar, our Mound Visit sponsor. Nicola Ann Photography, our pregame sponsor. And John F. Graff Insurance Agency, our postgame sponsor. Here on High Top Sports Network. Check us out tomorrow. More games on the network. You can follow us on social media. Just search High Top Sports on Facebook, at @HighTop_sports on Twitter, at High Top Sports Network on Instagram, and of course our website, HighTopSportsNetwork.com. Final score from Armstrong: Riverhawks 28, Gateway Gators 0. My name is Josh Reckengoss, wishing you a safe, healthy, and happy